Hi everyone, this is Ash from Brows and Blush. Welcome to my channel. We're going to do a Plum Smoky Eye makeup tutorial today. To prime the face, I use Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and now I'm using concealer. This is Max Concealer. It's NC20, and then I'm using a damp beauty blender just to pat it in underneath the eyes, just to give me a full coverage, and on top of the eyes, just to make it all one-toned color. For liquid foundation, I'm using Dior Skin Airflash. This is 200. I'm also using an oval brush. This is from, the brush set's from Lily Lashes. They're actually quite nice. They're very, very soft. And I'm using that just all over the face, making sure to blend onto the neck and onto the chest a little bit, just because I have a little bit of redness that I like to cover up. For this foundation, it's in an aerosol can, so all you do is spray the aerosol onto the brush and then work it into the skin. I don't like to mist it onto my face because I find I get it into my hair and it just makes a mess everywhere. I'm using another brush from that same brush set. I'm using Anastasia Cream Contour. This is color Java, and I'm just going underneath the cheekbones just to add some extra definition and going onto the forehead with the darker color and blending it out. I have a very large forehead, so I like to hide it and minimize it with the darker colors. I also have a pink undertone to my cheeks, so I find that the brown, blending it upwards and just kind of covering the cheeks up a little bit with it, kind of neutralizes that pink undertone. The whole point of contouring is to make those cheekbones flat, and right there, see, I don't want the brown to drag my cheeks down, so you have to take a lighter color and just cut underneath the cheekbones there just to give that extra definition and make it pop. And yeah, don't drag the cheekbones down. See right there, see that? Oh yeah, girl, get it. The light color I'm using is Fair from the same kit as Java. And I'm just going downwards, so you don't want to go over top of the brown with the lighter color because it's going to make a hot mess, so you're just going underneath just to kind of give it that cut. Using a damp beauty blender really helps blend in any streaks. I'm using the same color Fair just to highlight the forehead and the nose. I'm taking the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. It's a setting powder, and I'm just using a damp beauty blender and just patting it underneath the eyes. This helps set any liquid foundation or concealer, and adding that extra barrier also helps prevent any eyeshadow fallout from staying on your cheeks. And then I'm going to take that same setting powder and just go underneath the cheekbones as well, and that adds extra definition. I'm taking the MAC Prep and Prime, and it's a 24-hour extended eye base and just a little pea-sized amount, and I'm placing it on top of the eyelid. This is going to help prevent any of your eyeshadow from creasing. So now it's brow time. So I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow. It's a pomade. This color is Ebony, and I'm going to use the little angled brush that you can buy separately for this. It's the Anastasia angled brush. This gives me better control. I don't like the bigger angled brushes to do eyebrows. This one's nice and slender, so I can almost mimic hair-like strokes. And right now I'm kind of showing you just how the eyebrow should start, where the arch should be, and where the tail should be. I always start the brows the same. So I start in the beginning, going underneath the eyebrow. Then I turn the brush so I can almost mimic hair. And then I fill it into the arch, and then at the end I fill the tail in. This product is very pigmented, so you don't need lots on your brush when you're doing eyebrows. You just can keep adding more and more for however bold of a brow you want. For highlighting the eyebrow bone, I'm using this Anastasia. It's a highlighter stick, and I'm just gonna take it and place it underneath the eyebrow bone, or under the eyebrow, and using a square brush, I'm just gonna blend that in. You just want to take the brush and wiggle the highlighter up into where you filled in the eyebrow, and then just slightly brush it down. This is going to highlight the whole eyebrow bone area. For the eyes, I'm going to use the Self-Made palette. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills kit. I'm using this color Buttery, and I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just apply it all over the lid. This is going to act as a highlighter as well as set any of those liquids like the primer and the concealer. So it's going to set them and keep them from moving. So now I'm using the Artistic palette. This is also an Anastasia Beverly Hills kit. I'm going to do a transition color. So this is going to be Dusty Rose, and I'm just going underneath the eyebrow bone and just cutting the crease. The color Buttery is actually also in this kit. I didn't realize that till after, so I could have just used this one instead of the Self-Made. Now I'm taking the color Aubergine from the same Artistic palette, and I'm going to place it just in the crease of the eye and blending it along the lash line with a big fluffy brush. From the Self-Made palette, I'm taking Metallic Plum and a round fluffy brush, and I'm just going to place it in the middle of the eye and blend it towards the inner corner. This color is really nice because it's got a little bit of glitter. Now I'm taking Treasure from the Self-Made palette, and I'm just placing it in the inner corner of the eye just to act as a highlight. This color also has a tiny bit of shimmer in it too. It's quite pretty. So now to get rid of all that setting powder, you take a fan brush and just sweep it off your eye, and that helps sweep off any eyeshadow that might have fallen onto your cheek. When you're applying eyeshadow, and if you apply it too low on the eyelid, it can make your eyes look a little bit droopy. So I'm just taking the Beauty Blender and whatever's left over on there for product, I'm just kind of sharpening up that line just so it doesn't make my eyes look saggy. Now I'm taking the metallic plum from the Self-Made palette, and I'm taking an angled brush, it's kind of fluffy, and just tapping it along the lash line on the bottom. From the same palette, I'm taking Treasure and just putting on the inside of the eye, just on the bottom. For liner, I'm using Kat Von D. This color is Trooper. This liner is awesome because it's waterproof. It doesn't move where you put it, so you can almost use it like a pen and just give that extra definition, and you don't have to worry about it bleeding everywhere and making a huge mess along your lash line. This is a heated lash curler. This thing is the bomb. I freaking love this thing. I hate using the metal ones because I always clamp my lashes and I'm pulling them out, but that thing rocks. Now I'm using a mascara. This one is Dior. The lashes I'm using are Lily lashes. They're Brittany Bear. They are so beautiful. I freaking love them. I'm going to use tweezers to apply them. So I take a black glue and lightly line the lashes and then let it sit for a couple seconds till it gets kind of like a chalky look to it. And then drop it onto the lash line with the tweezers and just kind of press it into place with the tweezers and my fingers. Then take a little bit of mascara and just kind of brush it into my lashes and into the falsies. That kind of just like binds them together so they don't move around as much and they look a little bit more realistic, but as realistic as false lashes can look. Just want to amp up my contour with a little bit of pressed powder. This one's from the Anastasia. This is the pressed contour kit, light to medium. I'm just taking a blush brush and just going over top where I had previous contoured with the creams. Doing the same thing, I'm just taking a lighter color from the kit and using a different brush and just going over top where I highlighted previously. I'm going to do a little bit of contouring on the nose, so I'm using the same two colors to do that. I'm using a more of an angled brush though, just to kind of carve out the nose there. Give me a little nosy instead of a big nosy. With a big fluffy brush, I'm taking MAC Medium Mineralized Skin Finish, and I'm just applying this all over the face, and this just helps set the makeup. I added in a touch of blush. This is Mocha from MAC. For highlighter, I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This color is Opal. This is my favorite highlighter. I just fucking love it. I apply it on the cheekbones, on the tip of the nose, and on the cupid's bow of the lips. Now because I'm a highlighting whore, I'm just going to add in a little bit more highlighter because more is definitely better. I'm going to use the Anastasia Glow Kit, and this color is Dripping in Gold. This lip gloss is from Kylie Cosmetics. This is Candy K. Using the liner and the matte lip gloss that comes in a kit. They are so nice. They wear very well. They are kind of expensive if you're in Canada because you have to pay for the exchange rate and duty, but they are worth it. With a big fluffy brush, I'm just going over top of the makeup with MAC setting powder. To finish setting the makeup, I'm using MAC Prep and Prime. This is Fix Plus, and this just keeps everything from not moving. And that completes the look. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button for me and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye!